You are watching Audiotree Live. It's August 23rd, a Tuesday, 2016, and we have AMARA live in the studio.
One.
But how can you feel me through leather? And you don't wanna be here, pick another rose, thinking that a weed would help it grow. It don't. You don't wanna be here, pick another rose, thinking we could grow out of the sand. We won't. I could tell that you don't know. I could tell that you don't know any better. I could tell that you don't know. I could tell that you don't know any better. You have a tough skin, but how can you feel me through leather? My dear, the peach is bruised, and it tastes like we are through. Ooh, I could tell that you don't know. I could tell that you don't know any better. I could tell that you don't know. I could tell that you don't know any better. You have a tough skin, but how can you feel me through leather? And you don't wanna be here, pick another rose, thinking that a weed would help it grow. It don't. You don't wanna be here, pick another rose, thinking we could grow out of the sand. We won't. And I could tell that you don't know. I could tell that you don't know any better. I could tell that you don't know. I could tell that you don't know any better. Have a tough skin, but how can you feel me through leather? Hush now, darling, it's not a big deal. Peaches bruising, this love is not real. Hush now, darling, it's not a big deal. Pick another love, pick another love. Hush now, darling, it's not a big deal. Peaches bruising, this love is not real. Hush now, darling, it's not a big deal. Pick another love, pick another love. You don't wanna be here, pick another rose, thinking that a weed would help it grow. It don't. You don't wanna be here, pick another rose, thinking we could grow out of the sand. We won't. And I could tell that you don't know. I could tell that you don't know any better. I could tell that you don't know. I could tell that you don't know any better. You have a tough skin, but how can you feel me through leather? You don't know, I can tell that you don't know any better. You have a tough skin, but how can you feel me through leather?
watching Audiotree Live with AMARA. So we were having a very serious and in-depth conversation about quite an interesting food combination. So would you like to explain what food combination this is, and maybe what age did you discover this at?
So I've always had a thing for jalapenos. My mom ate like a million of them when she was pregnant with me, so I have an extremely high tolerance for jalapenos, and I guess. And I generally get popcorn at the movie theaters. And one day I wanted jalapenos and I wanted popcorn, and I put them together, and I discovered that it's literally the most magical thing I've ever had. Yeah.
Is there like a certain type of jalapeno that you like better? I mean, are there different types of jalapenos?
I mean, I definitely like pickled jalapenos, like.
Pickled. Okay, right.
Pickled. I mean, raw's great too, but if it's with the popcorn, it's got to be pickled.
Right.
For sure.
So then you're saying like your mom ate a ton when she was like pregnant with you.
Yeah.
So, and does she like popcorn and jalapenos together?
She looks at me like I'm a little crazy when she sees me eating it, to be perfectly honest.
Not her
But she hasn't
proudest
tried
moment.
it yet, so
Oh, well then,
you can't bash it until you
that's
try
the
it.
difference.
You know?
Yeah. What about you guys? Do you guys have any weird food combinations? That's your like go-to weird thing?
I think everyone who knows me will attest that I'm like a pretty picky eater and stuff. So I'm not like the most crazy and out there, but like I'm trying.
You do not mesh food forms.
No, I'm like kind of slightly OCD with it and kind of have to like section it.
I got you. Like those trays. Remember those trays when you were a kid?
Exactly. But see, I didn't like the
lunch
trays.
trays.
I didn't like the trays. I liked the regular plate, but I had to
You did
separate
it.
them myself.
I liked it. You created the barriers. You had to have the barriers. I like it.
I get that.
I feel like most of my weird food combinations either comes from stress or drunkenness. So it's kind of like a result of like, this is what I have in my fridge or my freezer, and I'm just gonna make it all work somehow. I remember he was actually over. I like made fried rice with like, I had multigrain bread, and so I chopped it up into like these squares, and I like put them in egg and just tossed it in, and it was like, it was good, but it was like also kind of weird. We were like, this is good,
Right.
but what the hell did we just do?
I feel like those are those moments of like brilliance, right? Like
Stumbled upon
super
it.
drunk or like
Maybe.
super like stressed where you're just like this.
This is
Fuck
true.
it, this is
This
what
is
I'm
what's
gonna eat.
happening.
This is
Yeah.
where we're at.
Yeah.
No, that totally makes sense. Have you had it again? That's the question.
I
Have
have
you remade
not,
it?
but I would.
Okay. So then
So
if that, I say
next
that's
grocery
success. Yeah.
TJ's pulled it down.
Cool. So and then everybody's gonna have to try jalapenos and popcorn
Please, do
before
it.
they can
Do
say
yourself a
anything.
favor.
Before any comments, straight up jalapenos and popcorn. Well, guys, whenever you're ready, go ahead and do your next song.
All right. This next song is called Last Night. I am moving to the beat, but what's behind those dancing feet? Oh, underneath the lights, I met a man last night. Sultry smile
Audiotree Live with Amara. So when we were talking about your music video that you did that was shot here in Chicago,
Yes.
only one, we
Yes.
talked about, I don't mean to expose you, your hand double.
Yes.
that you used in the music video. And if you can show the camera or if there's a close-up of your fabulous nails that you just
thank you.
rock. Also, if you stalk
you.
her Instagram, you can see them, which I may or may not have done.
Cool.
What, have you always had nails like this? Is this something
No.
that's new?
You know, it's been like a couple of years. It's something that just feels like an extension of myself at this point. At first, it was like an adjustment period, but I knew I visually really liked the way that it looked in accompaniment with Amara, you know, so that was kind of added on a little bit later in the game.
Okay, I like it. Yeah, because I love in the music video, it is all about
Totally.
this hand motion. So
Right. When performing live, I move like this a lot. you know?
exactly. I like you said, I feel like it is like this physical extension of the music a little bit, if I can go
Totally.
that far. So then what is like your staple color?
Stable color, like
Yeah.
for the nails?
Yeah.
I really kind of go between two. I either
Okay.
go with this like deep red, like a blood scarlet red, or I do like a light pink, almost beige.
Oh, okay.
It depends if I want it to be more of a statement or if I want it to feel more natural.
Okay, I got it.
Those are the two I fluctuate.
So then
between.
with how was it getting used to opening things? Is it hard?
Oh, it's dreadful sometimes.
horrible. Okay.
Yeah, dreadful.
So it's kind
opening
of-
beers is a disaster. Just
the most important thing to open is the one you want to make sure you
of
can get.
course, of course. Yeah.
That's awesome. So I guess we'll keep our eyes out for a new music video soon, too, where it might involve some hand gestures.
Yes.
Awesome.
You will.
Well, when you're ready, go into your next song.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
He's a man of romance. He's a man of his word. I know it's much too soon to tell, but his is the sweetest song I've ever heard. He's a man of secrets, only thine eyes can see. I know it's much too soon to say, but sweetheart, you've got the best of me. Moonlit dances, taking chances, and I've never smiled so true as when the eyes of true romance are looking back at you. He's a man of laughter, keeps her soul young at heart. I know they say it's hard to find, but I think I've loved you from the start. Moonlit dances, hidden glances, looking back at you.
If you're just tuning in, we are live in the studio with AMARA. Absolutely beautiful, by the way. So when I was looking up, when reading some other things about your music, the words like power, believing in yourself, balance, strong women, all these words are something that you've used to kind of describe AMARA.
Yes.
And I was wondering if you've always been so trusting in yourself and your choices that you make musically and even in life.
There's several different answers. So
Great.
music has always been the place I trusted myself the most.
Okay.
I never really sat down and tried to write something specifically. It always came out very organically. In fact, I would say that music was my solitude, my oasis from parts of life that I definitely didn't trust myself in. It was the only place that felt completely safe. And in regards to the message that I really stand for in a lot of ways, it's really just about you owning who you are, whatever that is. It's not about being anything specific. It's about knowing who you are and being brave enough to say it and perform it and be it and own it, you know.
That's awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
So has this translated into your life more now? Like, I know you're talking a little bit more how it was kind of a separate thing.
Right.
Now that music, I guess, is more involved and it is what you do.
Right.
Has it kind of transformed
Totally.
how you have choices made with relationships, with friends, with
Oh, yeah.
people?
You know, I feel like I'm constantly learning while I'm writing. Like, as I'm like writing the music, my soul is evolving along with the things that I'm writing. So definitely, like, the stuff that I started writing when I first started really taking music seriously compared to the things that I'm writing, like, here in Chicago, night and day. And it's really cool to, like, see your growth through your work, through your artistry. And I think that that's something all artists should really strive for, is to see their evolution through their work.
Right.
You know?
And so kind of looking back on it too and
Yeah.
like acknowledging and reflecting while
Totally.
moving forward.
And never having shame for
Right.
any of the experiences that you had along the way.
That's awesome. So what would be your overall message, I guess, that you would want to say? If you could
So
sum it up,
much.
I know.
You know, I think more than anything right now with where I'm at in my
Right.
evolution, which I'm sure will be different in a month.
Exactly.
But right now it's just about, you know, taking ownership of your life and deciding who you are as an individual and where you're going and making that your biggest priority and not being, you know, disrespectful toward people who have other opinions, but not really giving a shit about what other people think and following yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, when you're ready, go ahead and go into your next song.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Cool. So we got Porcelain. Cool.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Mirror, mirror, tell me, say, am I growing tall and thin with bones that show straight through my skin? When will I be? When will I be? When will I be porcelain? Lovely, lovely, what a dream. With eyes that glow and lips that sing. She's the envy of her neighbor's tongue. If only we could all die young. When will I be? When will I be? When will I be porcelain? Just look at her go, she's just like a beauty queen. And I struggle to think how happy she must be. Now he's moving closer, hands are pressed on her shoulders. It's the moment when love takes over, a grand applause, sweet victory.
You are watching Audiotree Live with AMARA. So before we let you go into your last song, I thought we would pick it back up on the topic of Harry Potter.
That's my favorite
Oh,
topic in the
perfect.
whole world.
So my favorite sound to hear after a question. So have you read the new book?
No, Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. I know what you're
Yes.
talking about, and I haven't read it yet.
Okay.
And I'm dying to read it.
How do you feel about it being written like kind of like in a script? Do you know that's like how it's written?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting. It's an interesting thing for her. You know, like I'm curious to see how she did that, being that she's definitely a novel writer.
Right.
Yeah. But I mean, it's J.K. Rowling. She's a genius. So I have like ultimate faith in her.
Complete faith. And then I'm wondering, is it going to be a play then versus a movie?
I heard that it was. I heard
Is
that
it?
I heard that Harry Potter and the Cursed Child was. I think it was like a play out in London right now.
Before it was a book, maybe?
Yes.
Okay.
From what I understand, I'd have to like check all the
know.
tweets and things.
Sorry, I didn't look that one. The tweets, that's exactly where
Yeah,
we'll get all the
that's it.
information. Is perfect. So then you've obviously read all the books
Yes.
then, and you've seen all the movies.
Yes.
How do you feel about the movies to the book? I
The
mean, there's
movies
such a...
are, the movies are excellent.
Yeah.
I definitely enjoy the movies, but being, somebody who's read each of the books 3 times, it's it's a little obsessive.
No, solid.
Definitely there are certain scenes that you get attached to as a reader. Like when you're reading it, you're like, oh, I can't wait to see what they do with this in the movie. And then when they don't do it at all, you're just like, cool,
Yeah.
perfect. But I mean, definitely, I think the movies are excellent. They're very entertaining. But obviously, my heart is with the books.
With the writing, yeah, and her writing style.
and I grew
all.
up with them. I
Yeah.
started when I was like 10. So
And they went on for, I mean, it took her so many years to write them. You
Yes,
know, to
yeah.
go. So I feel like she was writing them as we were growing up.
Totally,
Obviously.
totally,
Did
yeah.
you guys write? Did you read the books?
Oh,
I almost
yeah.
just asked you if you wrote them.
Yes.
Did
Did
you
you
write
write
the
Harry
books?
Potter?
It'd be dope
Yeah.
if I wrote some Harry Potter.
A little bit.
That would
I'd
be
be
like quite a lot of time.
Yeah.
That would have went
This is
into
just your
that,
side
but-
job, you know.
Right.
I write Harry Potter on the side.
Right.
No big deal.
It's fine.
Yeah, I was really into them. I kind of have memories of that was kind of, my parents were really into reading with us,
Oh, cool.
and I'm super thankful for that. But just that's one of the big series that was a part of my childhood back then, and I just remember sitting with my dad and him reading out loud, or just taking the book, sneaking it upstairs and getting ahead, and then him stealing it back from me and getting further than me, and I was like, no. But yeah, awesome
They're
series.
amazing.
Did you guys read that whole series together as a family, by chance?
We kind of like jumped around a little bit. So I remember reading the Order of the Phoenix with him, and we would read parts of like the Deathly Hallows, but he sort of just like, he was like, you know what, no, I need to finish this now, because he was equally as addicted as I was. So
Yeah.
yeah, but it was awesome. And I mean, yeah, we definitely grew up, as you were saying, like with the books too. So it was
Totally.
like,
Nostalgic.
transformative.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
nostalgic.
Which I feel like I appreciate her letting it get that dark. I don't know, like I feel like we got older so we could handle it.
Totally.
That's kind of the genius of it.
100%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like she totally went to that dark side. Like it was like, I mean, reading them, it was like very intense
Yeah, there
towards
were
the
definitely
end.
some scary moments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the movies, I guess the movies still were pretty dark,
Yeah,
right?
the Dementors and
Yeah.
everything in the movies.
Yeah, that was a lot.
Yeah, as I got on, I was like,
I was scared of those.
Third
I was
row,
like, fuck.
IMAX, wasn't the best choice.
Pretty
but
intense.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome. And Jameson, did you read them?
Yes, I did. Similar
Yeah.
with him, with like my dad and my older brother and stuff like that. And again, kind of stealing the book, everyone going off
That's
and
awesome.
trying to get ahead and stuff like
Wish
that.
I
And then
did
by the
this.
time we're all on the same page, all thinking that we're ahead of each other, but like everyone is secretly read ahead and stuff like that. So
Yeah, that's like the last thing you want to be spoiled with. Oh, you don't want to know. That's awesome. Well, it's such a classic.
Yes.
So true.
Great. Well, when you guys are ready, let's go ahead and go into your last song.
All right, guys, you ready? Let's do it. This song is called Down for You.
I never should've let you know my name. There's logic in the solitude I claim. But you came around and I just had to know. Had to get a closer look at this one show. I could have called it from a million miles away. Start throwing daggers just to see if that's okay. Now you wanna tell me that you just don't know. And you don't think you're ready, but you won't let go. And I put it down for you, and all you wanna do is play dirty with me, dirty with me. When I put it down for you, don't like the way you play so dirty with me, dirty with me. I put it down for you, and all you wanna do is play dirty with me, dirty with me. When I put it down for you, I don't like the way you play so dirty with me, dirty with me. You're bringing out this ugliness in me. Keep thinking there's a way to wash it clean. Now we're one step closer to the final blow, and I don't wanna go there, but I can't say no. And watching all the kindness leave the place, replacing us with monsters we both chase. Tell me, is it passion or a vicious crime? On and on we blur the sides if we already crossed the line. I put it down for you, and all you wanna do is play dirty with me, dirty with me. When I put it down for you, don't like the way you play so dirty with me, dirty with me. I put it down for you, and all you wanna do is play dirty with me, dirty with me. When I put it down for you, I don't like the way you play so dirty with me, dirty with me.
You've been watching Audiotree Live. You can support AMARA when this session comes out in a couple of weeks. Also, check out her new EP, Kaolin. Hope I nailed that name. Awesome. I wanted to say thanks to all the video crew here in the studio, everybody in the studio, our awesome sound engineers, and the band, of course, and you, the viewers. We'll see you next time, and have a kick-ass day. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
That was awesome. Guys, that was so good.